Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Virgo for the end of June. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you. See what's coming forward for you as we close out the month of June. Now, the timeline on this reading will be from the last week of June all the way until July 10th. The reason I chose July 10th is that is the full moon in Capricorn. So we'll see what's coming to a close for you here. We'll go ahead and get all the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. Cool. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of perseverance, and this can indicate that potentially there is competition present in your situation. All right? The people here, there are actually people here kind of coming after this person, but they are standing up for themselves. They're sticking up for themselves, and they are standing their ground. Okay? So the Seven of Wands can indicate the idea of maybe competition, conflict, but also standing your ground. So if it's not about competition, perhaps what's going on here is that there's something that you want to do, and you need to, the card may suggest that you need to stick to that. You need to stand your ground around that area, okay? So let's see what we have here. Let's see what you're standing your ground around or sticking to here as we look at this reading. Okay, so you definitely have some type of an ending here that is showing up, but it's also met with a really, really strong new beginning for yourself. So I like that for you. There may have been a conflict with another person here. There may be a conflict with another person here, and it's sort of like that situation is sort of in the resolution to that situation is sort of in waiting, in that I'm not sure the resolution's happening right now, but we're going to go ahead and dive into this more. So in the middle here, you do have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is an ending, okay? So, and it's not just an ending, but it's something that you're completely done with, okay, when the Ten of Swords shows up in the reading. It's a strong ending, really. But it can be even painful, okay? You see the swords in this person's back. So this can indicate betrayal in some way. As you see the swords, this person's been backstabbed multiple times here. It can indicate betrayal in a certain way, but the Ten of Swords, the way I like to look at it is it's really just about something closing out, because I try to take a positive spin, albeit a little bit painful. If you flip the card around, you notice how the 10 swords are falling out of this person, okay? And the idea here is that, yeah, this is a painful ending, but it's something that you're also being released from the burden of this situation. You're being released from this situation, and that may end up being a blessing in disguise for you. All right, my feeling is that this is in connection to another person here, okay? I think that there's a conflict, and I think that you have a very good reason to be sort of like in this conflict right now. Okay, in other words, I think that you have a really strong reason for feeling the way that you feel about this person or this situation. And with the Seven of Swords card here present, this is saying that you feel the way you feel. So, are you going to back down from this? Or are you going to, what's going to happen here? I have a feeling that some of you are not going to back down. I feel an energy of persistence here as well on the reading here, Virgo. You have the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Justice card in the first column. Virgo, this is definitely a bit of a challenging energy here, okay? So this row here in the middle, Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, Three of Cups, is kind of the most important one, or it's the one that is really jumping out to me. It's the challenge row for you, okay? Above and below are pretty good, actually. They're actually quite good. And so I like that for you. But right now you're sort of ensnared or trapped in a situation with another person, okay? Five of Wands, conflict. Seven of Wands, competition. It's a battle. Seven of Wands can indicate a battle. I think that you're going to sort of like reach your limit. If you have not already coming into this reading, you're going to have reached your limit with this scenario, okay? And you're going to say, you know what? There's nothing I can do here. You know, I've tried and tried over and over again. And maybe you've tried some conflict resolution. If not, this could potentially happen here, or this could be a something that comes up for you with the Justice card. Justice card can represent conflict resolution. This is the card of Libra, as you see here, and Libras are quite skilled at resolving conflict. But the Justice card also, it indicates that all parties get the outcome they deserve. It's sort of like it is what it is type of energy, right? And also what will be will be. And it's really a card that speaks to the actions you or another person has taken and how those actions are always kind of balancing the scales in one's life. And so you may attempt, or you may have already gone through a cycle of attempting to create conflict resolution, and you're sort of like at the final straw, it feels like. Ten of Swords is the final straw, really, like where you're just like, I'm done. You know, I've tried over and over again. And the Seven of Wands is you sticking to that. Page of Swords, this can be somebody who's really intelligent. You know, this can be somebody who's a quick thinker. When you get the Page of Swords, it can also be somebody who's difficult to communicate with, okay, as well. This can be somebody who's challenging to communicate with. They're very high IQ, potentially, but maybe communication is not their strongest suit. I'm sure some of you know someone like that, or you've come across people like that. That might be the case. That also might not be the case. But this is something that's showing up here. The Page of Swords is not great for resolving a conflict. It can indicate delay, okay? It can just be something that's difficult to handle or work through. And while pages, so like almost all pages can be perceived as messengers in the tarot, meaning a page could signal that there's news coming in or a conversation being had. And the Page of Swords, it may mean that in this case, this idea of resolving a conflict or, you know, any hopes of like reciprocation here from the other person is maybe not on its way. So let's move to the middle column here. You have the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. This is what I like. I like how this reading, I love the upper and lower rows for you, okay? Some of you ask, what do the columns mean? What do the rows mean? Well, the rows here, this middle one's your day-to-day, okay? So when I said you're sort of ensnared or trapped in something, like this conflict here, which is all of this middle row here, this is like really encompassing a lot of your maybe day in some way. This upper row is your thoughts or what is on your mind, and then the lower row is like what's below the surface, right? So it could be something unconscious. It could be something that you don't see even, okay? So for those of you who are curious, this is kind of like the way that I look at it. Columns can be interpreted in different ways. First could be in the past, this could be present, this could be future. I'm at the point in my reading where I just look at all of the columns here, okay? As just sort of, yeah, anyway. All right, so below the surface, I really like what's happening. The Queen of Wands, this represents authenticity in this case, okay? Being your authentic self. And also sticking up for yourself once again with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This is a strong theme for you. Virgo, if you need to end something with someone, I'm going to say end something with someone because, yeah, say what you need to say or end something with someone. Do it in an authentic way, okay? Do it in the Virgo way, okay? Say what you have to say, and can you do it in a way that is true to you, authentic to you here with this Queen of Wands? And also, this is all about confidence. And it also vitality. Like you may feel brand new in approaching this ending, in an authentic way, in actually going through with it, you may feel brand new. Like you may feel like you have more vitality, or it's almost like you sort of owe it, you kind of sort of owe it to yourself to do this in an authentic way, you know? And then what's great here is you're getting a nice reward with the Nine of Cups in going through with this conversation or this ending that you need to go through with this Nine of Cups, which can really represent wish fulfillment in the tarot, okay? This can bring total happiness into your life, but this is also a card of something that you are doing for yourself. Nines are for you, okay? Nines are for you, okay? So this is something you're doing for yourself, okay? This is important. And some wish or dream that you want to have coming in. Not necessarily living somebody else's dream or wish, but living your life, living your dream or wish. Again, this idea of authenticity here. In the final column, you have the Fool, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so you're getting a beautiful new start as you authentically do what has to be done for yourself here, okay? The Fool represents a beautiful new start, a powerful new start. But I'm saying beautiful in this case because the Nine of Cups is next to it, right? But this is strong, okay? This is a strong card. It starts off everything. It kicks off everything. This person's going forward not exactly knowing where they're going yet, but knowing they're going somewhere when you get the Fool, right? And what I would say is I almost feel like some of you, there's a real message of needing to rely on some confidence at this time, okay? Like needing to create confidence. Now that's a hard thing to do if you've traditionally dealt with confidence issues, which I'm not saying you have, but maybe you have, I don't know. But there's an element here of confidence that is really strong. And I have a feeling that some of you are concerned with this Fool card about what is next. You're concerned about what is next. Where will it land me? You know, where will I go? Have confidence knowing that in making the authentic choice here to end something or to stand up for yourself, the universe has your back in doing this. You have the Three of Cups. It does indicate other people. It's usually a really good card. Let's just say, actually, I think Three of Cups, it's just that it's in this column of conflict here, maybe indicating conflict with a group or other people. But the Three of Cups is all about joy, celebration, good times, you know, letting loose. And I think that that's available to you as you authentically make a choice. You then have the Page of Pentacles. You may even receive an offer or invitation to learn something, to go in a new place, or to do a new thing here with this Page of Pentacles card. Okay, this could also be your energy, but let's go ahead and let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading, Virgo. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards, then I'll move into the tarot clarifications. Now, I am using a brand new oracle deck called the 22 Archangels. This is by Kyle Gray. I own, I think, like just about all of his oracle decks, but let me know if you resonate with this oracle deck, and you may be brutally honest, but if people like it, I will probably end up using it more. I like the illustrations of his decks. All right. On the bottom here, you have Daniel, or yeah, I'm going to say Daniel. Divine discernment. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. You're the first person to get Daniel. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. Okay. Yeah, this is around authenticity for you. I think pretty strong. Okay, everybody's been getting this. Raphael, clarity of vision. Be willing to see things differently to initiate healing and experience wholeness. Yeah. I think that there's maybe even a healing opportunity here available to you as you make an authentic choice. Zadkiel, you're the first person to get this. Karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. Amazing. Time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. Notice the word self here. Nine of Cups, right? Nine of Cups, self, referring to the self. This is a choice you're making for you. Okay, instead of putting other people first. Shamuel, relationship assignments. No one crosses your path by chance. Choose to see the deeper reasons for the people in your life. Wow, I like that message. Relationship assignments. I do believe that everyone we meet for a reason. Even if it's just somebody you talk to randomly on any given day when you're out and about. I do think that we meet people for a reason, okay? And so can you look at this, if you're ending something with someone, what did you learn from this experience, this relationship assignment? I kind of like that. Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Wow. Okay. You're the second person to get that one. So let's go ahead and let's move, and I'm sorry if I'm botching the names of these archangels. Let's go ahead and move into the tarot clarifications. Now, Virgo, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right. All right. You have the Star. You have the Three of Cups again. Okay, yeah, this is probably connected to a person here. And then the Five of Swords. Yeah, so just notice all of the swords here. So many swords, okay? I was getting like a really heavy ear pop. So this is something that, as an intuitive person, I've been doing these readings for a long time now, years and years. When I get like a ear ringing in my left ear or an ear pop, it's usually cluing me into something. I got it as soon as I pulled this Five of Swords. And I do think that there was an incident here with someone that was very painful. Swords represent cutting or severing, but this one is a loss. The Five of Swords, it can say that you have lost something, okay? Could this be a legal battle? Maybe it was. Maybe it was here. As the Justice card indicates, it can indicate legal situations. But there was something that hurt you here, you know, with the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords. You have this again with the Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. This is just relating to a person that almost some of you may be surprised about how this person acted or what went down with this person. Like you weren't expecting it, okay? The Star, I love for you here. Again, there's some really good stuff here. The Star, it indicates healing from the situation. Okay, it's a nice card of recovery. Okay, from whatever happened with this Five of Swords. That's a strong one here. With this Five of Swords. And you have the two wish cards, the big wish cards in the tarot, with the Star and the Nine of Cups. So what I want to say to people, if you're resonating with this, because this is a more challenging reading, if you're resonating with this, I want you to know that there really is an option to improve over this situation. Like the cards are genuinely saying that, yes, I'm going to say we, the cards, we, me, my guides, whatever, see that you've been in pain, okay, here. But we also are suggesting to you that there is a huge path out of this for you that may even look much better for you, Virgo, okay? With the Star and the Nine of Cups, I want you to know, based on this reading, if this is you, there is hope here, okay? With the Star card and the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Fool. There's major hope here. So there's a way out of this. Yeah, you do have the Tower, okay? You have the Death card, great, everybody's favorite cards, joke, and the Strength card. Okay, these are big cards, right? They're all major arcanas when you get the Tower, the Death card, and the Strength card. Then you had the Star as well, okay? So, yeah, the feeling of this being a surprise is now being confirmed. This is why I clarify, because I had this feeling of, with this Five of Swords, got that like ear ringing, right? With the Five of Swords, somebody like did something here, and you were really surprised by this. And now here's the Tower. Tower, shock, awe, surprise. Okay, but I think maybe, where was this one oracle? Yeah, be willing to see things differently to initiate healing and experience wholeness. Be willing to see things differently to initiate healing and experience wholeness. The Tower, these people are being released from something, okay? They're falling from the Tower. They were trapped here, okay? They were trapped here, and now they're being released. With the Star next to the Tower, that's a really good sign, because those cards 16, 17 come one after the other. you will recover from whatever happened here. You will. You will. If this is your reading, it will happen. And I think there's this option to see the situation in a new light or in a different way. Remember, I think I'm gonna keep using these cards, these oracle cards, because I like the messages here. Relationship assignments, right? If this is connected to another person, your paths cross for a reason, and you're here now, right? You're in this difficult situation, but is there an opportunity to elevate from here? I think there is. Death card, transformation, with the Ten of Swords. This ending is deep for you. Okay, this is a deep ending. This is really, really deep for you, Virgo. This is like dark night of the soul. You feel like you've lost all hope, but you haven't. Okay, you absolutely haven't. There's a ton of hope available here. Strength card, Queen of Wands, that's heavy Leo energy, okay, on one note. But on another note here, these cards really speak to the message of confidence, courage, willpower, fortitude, strength, obviously, and authenticity. Really, really strong authenticity. So can you find yourself through this situation, right? What is your self telling you? The higher self, you could say, but like there's a message to find yourself through this situation. You have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Knight of Swords, this happened quickly, okay? Star, Tower, Knight of Swords, very surprised by this. But you have this with the Fool, okay? Just as quickly as it happens, you are moving on, okay? So yes, feel all the feelings, work through that in the way that you need to work through it. But there is light at the end of the tunnel here. There's something really, really nice for you here. With the Six of Wands indicating victory and success over a difficult problem. Over the Five of Wands, right? The Five of Wands, battle, conflict. Six of Wands, this person won over the battle, conflict, right? That's the way I interpret it, okay? And there are other people involved here, right? With the Three of Cups. But I also think that you'll have something new to celebrate as you work through this. Ace of Cups, you'll get a new beginning. Ace of Cups, Fool. Strong new start as a result of being authentic and making the right choice. You have the Queen of Pentacles, there's your energy again, okay? So is there also somebody who can give you wise counsel here to help you through this with the Queen of Pentacles? Why don't we go ahead and see what's in the Kipper energy here and see what's showing up in the Kipper cards for you. All right, let's see what we have. You have family room, okay? Main male. Oh, that came up. Well, that came up reversed. My cards are never reversed, so that's very interesting. Marriage, that's message. Gift. Distant horizons. These cards are never reversed. Huh. Do I have another reversed card here? Let's see. If I have another reversed card, it's for you. Let's see. Go a little bit faster here, Zane. No. Because reverse would be, yeah, no. That's the only reverse card. So that message reverse is very interesting. Again, these Kipper cards are never reversed. So the way I'm interpreting this is, you got a communication here that was just totally, you were blindsided. Like, you were not expecting this. It was shocking. The message clearly was not the message you wanted to hear, but it's the message that came in. Okay? You thought something else was going to happen. It didn't. Something, yeah. And, certainly this could be connected to family, marriage, or another person. You have main male, and you also have mature man on the bottom. The universe wants you to know that this is actually a gift. This is a blessing in disguise. It's not initially going to feel that way, though. The Distant Horizons card may suggest 1 to 3 months in the future to work through this, or for a resolution to like fully happen here. This could happen tomorrow, okay? So timing in these readings are really hard to wrap down, but that's the definition of this card. But it says that the future is bright for you. You have a strong future in front of you. Virgo, let me know if this resonates. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.